Alright, so this morning for the Sunday project, SEGA Saturn. I'm all about SEGA Saturn. So I went through my closet. I have a closet that's got the rest of what I have left. From motherboards, power supplies, and then I have lots of top covers and stuff. So SEGA Saturns, I've been picking at these things. I bought a whole bunch of them about 5 years ago, maybe even longer than that ago. And again, I've been selling parts off from ever since, mostly top covers. Just started selling some of the motherboards. Some of them, the motherboards don't work. That is the issue. Some of them, they were parts. I got them from Japan, but back then you could get them from the slow boat from Japan, meaning it took like 2 months to get here. But I think I got like 40 of them at one time, way back then. You can't do that anymore, I don't think. But so we're down to just the motherboards left, and there's really three main motherboards. One's the original. Oh, where is it now? Here's a 5-pin. I'll find one. It's a 5-pin, the 4-pin, and then the original one, which is this one. This is technically Model 1. Power supply is on the top cover, like this. Top cover power supply. That's your Model 1. But there's also two different ones of these power supplies, and it's all by the connection to the motherboard. So you got to be careful which one you have. So I found 3 more of those, and then the next two and the last two is Model 2 technically is 5-pin here on the motherboard. See the ports separate, and then there's a 4-pin, which is the last model. But you always got to open your SEGA Saturn first, see what you have inside. Don't look at the back. Don't go by the serial number. Don't go by any of that. Go in and see what you got, because everything's different. So it makes the disk drive different, the power supply, the motherboard. See this one? The motherboard is part of the port is part of the motherboard. Alright, so we're just going to pick her up. We're going to retest a whole bunch of stuff today for a little while. First, I want to take apart. So for the original Model 1, these are VA0. VA 0.5 is the motherboard in these. I just found about 15 more. And then that's it. The party's over. And I think of those 15, maybe probably 10 of them might work. I don't know yet. And then I had most I had was of these. Those seem to be the preferred ones. But you have to have these power supplies. And then 5 pins, I just found just a few more. I think I have 1 or 2 listed. I think I might have maybe 1 or 2 more. 4-pin, which I haven't sold any. I think I have 5 total. Of those, I haven't really tested all of them yet. It's the least one ordered is a 4-pin one. So somebody's already marked, like right here. This one says no video, so I must have already tested that. See the port's separate on this one. But we're going to sell, we sell this broken as well. So 2 per lot with common issues. No boot, no video, same difference, just your black screen. So we're going to go through the 5-pin. And then I got in one of those special things. This. It's pretty awesome. I sold my original, I had 2 original 5-pin ones left. Power supplies, I sold those. So I got this. Use a USB-C. And you can do 4-pin or 5-pin. But what you can't do is this one. Can't use this for this. So this is only good for the Model 2 4-pin, 5-pin. That's what we're going to do. SEGA Saturn is very complicated. Lots of things going on. They're pretty fun though. Once you get to it's probably one of my favorite systems. I say that about all of them, but the Japan games for SEGA Saturn are pretty fun. So we're just going to play around here. I'm going to pull some of these power supplies. I need one. pull these out. So I've got a closet full of top covers with all the rest of the parts here. So if you're talking to Model 1, you got these purple buttons. Most of them are like this, but there's also the beige color that has the round. Like this. So oh, I've sold every one of these. I just actually have, I found one more set of these button set. I sold all those over the years. Lots of those purple buttons. What you can do is you can take your black US, and then you order a set of the purple, and you add purple buttons to your black US. It's pretty awesome. Makes it look pretty cool. This is like the worst color ever, and I'm not sure why they made this really weird color, but yeah, I sell the 3 sets of buttons. First, what we do is get the rest of these power supplies off. So the top covers are different depending on the ones with the power supply or the ones without. So that's why you gotta get inside there and see what you got. Very important. You gotta be in there. So we're gonna pull these last 3. We'll test them. Yeah, all the buttons and everything are for the Model 1 are on the top cover. The Model 2, the 4-pin or 5-pin, everything's on the motherboard itself. Completely different. Alright, so this is the connection. 2 different power supplies in the top cover. Gotta find out which one you have. I call this the closed connection. It's all enclosed. That's 1. See here, buttons is closed connection. There's also the open connection. Let's see which one this was. Yeah, I spent an hour or so yesterday going through organizing all the rest of I have left for the SEGA Saturn. Working or not motherboards, I've got 10, no, I think I got like 15 of the Model 1 motherboards to retest. I don't think I've tested any of those. And then whatever I have left here for the 4-pin. So this one is also closed connection. Most of them on this color, I believe, are the closed connection. I think it's the tan one that's the open. It's on the top cover. And that's all the buttons, everything that's on the top cover. Not on the other ones though. Now let's just get these 3 out of here. And we'll test some. We'll test these power supplies. Put together a empty top and bottom cover set at some point. Just getting to all this stuff is hard. Again, I've had this for 3 or 4, actually, well, 4 or 5 years, and I'm just now getting to the motherboards. Yeah, all these are there's a little lodge there. And of course these turn brown. Actually, that's probably about the cleanest you're going to see one of these. Lots of scratches on it, but not being brown. Some of them get really brown. Example. See how brown that is compared to this one? That's normal. This is not normal. Do is I have it set up here. We'll just randomly test some of these. Let's move it See a little bit of that. Got it all spread out, but I got a lot of them to test. Drives, I just assume that all the drives don't work. Luckily I found 3 drives on the Model 1. There's probably, it's definitely 1 drive type per motherboard, and there's 4 motherboard types. So that means there's at least 4 drives, but there's also other ones too. Again, you have to be inside there, see what you got. Don't be guessing. Alright, so let's just do a quick little, set some stuff up here and do some testing. See what we got. I'm just going to do it randomly, really quick, just to see if the common issue with these is no power. I mean, not booting, rather. So if I don't even get that far, then I just know. That goes into the not working pile. And I saw sell them both ways, working or not. See, this is the port that goes with 5-pin. 5-pin's the one with the separate port. 4-pin has the port on the board, just like these. And then, of course, this end plug is very, very similar to the 1631 Genesis, except it has 3 pins in the bottom row. The Genesis only has 2 pins. They look identical if you don't pay attention. You'll try to jam it in there, it won't fit. Or you'll be 1 pin short. The other way. So what do I need? Oh, I need a switch. I just realized that. I got a switch around here somewhere. So less common is the other power supply in the top cover. This is your closed connection, and I believe they're all on this purple. This one, I call it the open connection. It's like that. See it? I think the black has some of those. Black US. And I think some of the tan does too. So that's the difference between open and closed. They both are on the top cover, but it depends on the button that you have. So if you order the wrong one and you don't have the right button, it's not going to fit. Again, you got to know what you have. It's hugely important. All right. So that's that one there. Gives you 4 different power supplies. But we've already tested that one. I'm going to test these couple power supplies with a switch. And right now, we're just going to do it quickly. Try not to zap myself here. It always ends up happening. Oh, I'm HDMI. I'm like, something's not up. I got to get to the right. Power. Something not set up right. So I'm not sure yet. This power supply may not work. That's the other thing. It could be a power supply problem too. Let's put that one aside. Go on this way. It's identified by the one, and then there's a space, and then the other ones. We're gonna put it on backwards. I've got a few, maybe 10 power supplies to retest. I don't think that power supply worked. Or this motherboard doesn't work. What am I missing? It's plugged in. Yeah, it's definitely plugged in. Let's just do this for a second. I know that that one works, so let's go back to that for a second. That should be on, off. So let's, this one's in question too. Let's go back to, I knew one, I knew it worked, because I've been using this one as a tester. No, so I was saying this board has no power, which isn't. Is I missing something? I don't think so. I'll come back to that. Alright, so this one right now has no power. Let's get one that works. This is my fully working one, I believe. We used to start with one that fully works. And then you can just swap stuff around. At least that's what I do. I don't test things, not normally. That goes on this way. Alright, now we're in business. A lot of times they don't boot. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so let's just start there. Let's start with that. Let's go back to these other power supplies. So that other one didn't have any power, the board itself. So we're going to test these 3 power supplies first. I have more to retest, but sold one of these. I sold 2 of my 5-pin. There's only 2 I had left because I got the other thing. These make a different sound than the 4-pin, 5-pin. I like the older sound better. That's that power supply fine. Go back to the 2 that were in question. But now we know that was just a motherboard problem. Oh, there's a pin more. I always go one too far. It's hard to see it from there. It goes. So these should be all right, I think. Do the last power supply, so I know those are all tested. I'm just testing to there. Now we're going to go to the 5-pin. We'll double back to these after. But I just want to do a quick test on those, which we just did. And I only need 1 now, so I can get rid of these. I don't have much room. I have a lot of room. There. That's what we're going to do. So now we're going to figure out, come back to that. had some smart glasses. I was all excited about it. They came in, and then I had all kinds of issues with them. And luckily, I was able to get them, return them. So no more. So that didn't work out. So we'll look for a different kind of smart glasses down the road. All right. So this 4-pin. See it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Has the power supply. I mean, I keep saying power supply. Has a port connected to the motherboard like the ones I was just doing. The 5-pin, it's separate. See it? With a cable. So that makes it more prone to not work. Because I just found one that had the cable was shot on it. I was pulling one. And the pin on the cable was no good. So this is just another board that could fail. Or the cable. This one, not that one. This one of the pins right there. See it? They're already frayed. They're not meant to go in and out either. So we're going to test all these. 4-pin, I can test that because I have the technology. Because it's just an adapter. So let's do the 4-pin first. This was kind of pricey for these USB-C thing, but it's pretty cool. I dig it. But I sold the other ones, so they're kind of paid for it. So it's kind of a push. Keep back my head in that. And then eventually, once I'm done, I'll resell that other one. I would probably keep the Model 1. They seem to work better than the Model 2s, the 4 pins and the 5 pins. At least that's what I've noticed anyway so far. And there's less things going on with it. Definitely a 5 pin, there's lots of going on. Alright, so let's play around with this for a minute. I've tested this on with 4 pin, but not with 5 pin, but not 4. So the adapter comes off here for 5 pin. Again, you can't use it for the top cover ones. That's why you gotta go inside first. It would really stink if, I'm sure that this seller must have a lot of buyers that don't pay attention and they just say, oh, I'm gonna get one of those, and then they open it up and realize that the power supply is on the top cover, and then they return it. This poor guy gets lots of returns. I'd be hating life. Things like this are a nightmare. Even if you detail as best you can, still, I would have it right. He doesn't have it right in the main title, but I would have no 4-pin, no top cover power supply. It doesn't really have it detailed like that. So this goes on. Got to make sure you do it the right way too. This way. It's using the same USB-C. I don't have to push it all the way down. So again, there's a lot less heat inside here, and energy, right? Technically, it's supposed to go like this, like that. That'd be the setup for it. 4-pin. Now I'm just going to go as far as that right now. If I get to the boot screen, the screen, then I'm like, all right, we think it works. Most of the ones with the issues I won't get there. All right, so that's 4-pin. I'm gonna say quick test. We're all right on that one. All the rest of these are 5-pin. But I do have 5 more 4-pin later on in the test. Alright, so I'll switch this back out. I like this part here. So basically this gave me 2 in 1. So for the price I sold my 4-pin, or my 2 5-pins rather, I paid for this. And I still have a 4-pin original listed. 5-pin now we're back to. Alright, so now we'll just sit here and blast these out for a little bit. I don't need power because I have USB-C. I'll need the power for when I go back to the Model 1. Right? Pretty simple stuff. I don't do things that are that complicated. Let's get a little production line going here. Bang on some stuff here. And I'm just doing really quick, just to make sure. Oh, I almost did it backwards. Oh, I almost did it backwards. Yeah, that's the problem. I almost flipped it. It's gotta go this way. I gotta slow down for a minute, because if I don't put it on backwards, it's gonna not go well for the motherboard. Power. Good. And I don't push it all the way down so I can get it out easier. So the problem is, it's not meant to be doing what I'm doing with these. I gotta push it by the bottom. I can't pull it by the board. I'm gonna rip it right off. This connection, it's already a little bit loose already. This one works. Well, quick test anyway. All right, now we'll do the production line here. This is the cable that goes for this. So this is something else that can go wrong on this 5-pin. Right? And then later on I gotta test the cartridge slot, because I was told that that can be an issue. This. And you need it for a couple things. One's for, there's a couple of memory expansions for it. Some of the games. Always gotta remember, start out goes this way. And I use it on one of those little region unlock things. Just push it down just enough to get, I went too far. I don't want to go that far down. So you can play, most of them are Japan, you can play US. But all the fun games are on Japan. I found like a Zelda-ish kind of game. I don't know what it's called. Let's see. This is what's getting me right here. Quick test. Seems okay. You'll know when the ones that don't work, because it won't boot up. So far we're doing all right. Oh, because I took the port off. That's why all these screws are flopping around. I don't need the port on. It goes right there. Just trying to eliminate the ones that don't work. Same deal. Goes on this way, right? Not that way. Yeah, it's this way. Just want to put it down just enough, just to get just the contacts to touch. That's it. Some of the other ones I had, the screen was flickering. So this one's all right. So far, anyway. See, you didn't need the port on this. Sometimes you have to have everything connected, but you don't need the port on these. You'll need the port to play the game, but you don't need it to test it quick. So that's 3. Some of these look worse. Oh, and then on this, the activation for the disk drive is here. On the top cover, it is on the top cover with a cable. So there's not anything that's similar between these two at all. Alright, so that goes this way. Going that way. Went too far, but I don't mind playing around with it because it's only USB-C now. I'm not touching anything that's 110. Right? That's another reason why I got it. Well, they're all going to come out. Thing eventually. Just get it out. I don't even need it in there. All these boards are going to get pulled. So these boards are VASD. That's these boards. VASD. The 4-pin, I've seen a VA13. This doesn't have a number to it. And then on the original Model 1s, I found a VA0 or VA 0.5. These just say VASD on them. I believe that they're all the same on that deal. These, remember, it goes this way. Yeah, we're going to pull all those. Not today. Today is just a quick test, and then at some point I'll go back and pull all the boards again. Doing pretty good here. Better than I expected. A couple of the other ones I tested the other morning, none of them warped. This one we're doing pretty good. Yeah, once I get the production line going here, that's really easy stuff. Oh, idea. This goes this way. I take a minute to remember which way it goes on. This way. I really like this thing now. Makes my life a lot easier. A little bit of sound. Just a little bit of sound there. Could be just TV too doing it. See how there's more sound. See it? Interference kind of thingy. Right there. The others weren't doing that, so we're gonna have to put this one in question. Something like that would be a deal breaker and a return. It's making that kind of noise. I don't think it should do that. I pushed it down too far. I'm kind of wearing this thing out. I know it. Alright, so that one I'm going to put in question. I don't know where I'm going to put it in question, but we're going to put it in question. I think I have a couple other ones doing that, but the noise was louder. The extra noise. And then I have a testing video here, so if somebody asks me, oh, have you tested these? I was like, oh, yeah, I can show you a video. I'll do some more testing later. But for now, just this. See, I don't hear any sound. The extra interference, like that one. So that's got to be some sort of a audio chip problem, or on its way to being a problem. So that would have to go into a parts thing. That's fine. Yeah, more of these than I thought. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I cleaned my closet. It was a mess. Now I'm at the tail end of these SEGA Saturns of everything I've left, pretty much. Just pushing out just enough, just to get the contact. A little bit of sound. Nope, sounds alright. Cool. A lot more than I thought. So now I'm up to, I don't know, 6 or 7. Oops. I don't yank the cable out. Again, these are all Japans, but what I use is this little region thing. We'll use it. Hold on. Get it out. So this is how it came. It came in one of these Game Shark, but you put it in. We'll do one thing here. It'll boot to this first, if the cartridge slot works. So that's why I use this. Let's just check this one first. But like anything else, the cartridge slots are all dried up, so you gotta blow on the end of the cartridge. Always. Let's see if this one. Goes that way, right? Yeah, this way. Just enough so that it'll touch the contacts without having to jam it all the way down. A little bit of sound there, but it looks fine. So this smaller, longer. So what it should do is boot to this, but it probably won't because I don't have the port on there. Now I have to use the port to get it. We'll come back to it. This is how I test all those. The cartridge slots, that is. Later on. I was told that that's the main issue with these. But I don't think I've had a cartridge slot that hasn't worked. It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So we're going to say that this one's alright. So it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 quick tested to work. We got more. Not many, but no, step out of the way. Yeah, like I said, once you get the production going here, then we're all set. We can bang this stuff out pretty quick. It's just the first phase of testing, and I'll go back. As someone orders one, then I can just pull it and then do more testing and then ship it. But first, it's got to pass this test. So I'm surprised I haven't had one that has not yet. And there it is. I have not had one that has not yet. This is what happens. It never gets to the screen. So yeah. And we've tested all the other ones. So this is the first one. I just put it as no video. Why it causes it, I have no idea. So this one has no video. No video. So we can just pull that right out of the... So that's going to go with the 2-for-1s. 2 boards. No video. I was right on cue there. And these are the last of the 5 pins. I have 3 more, I think. The 5 pins can be in the beige or this yucky green. Most of the ones I have are in the beige. I don't know if there's a different motherboard for the beige one as opposed to the green one. Not sure about that. I'll have to check. Oh, and these have a daughter board too. Meaning there's another board to this, which is what connects to the disk drive. So therefore, it's something else. Oh no, these don't have the daughter board. I'm sorry. It's the original ones that do. This connects right to the motherboard. This has the extra port, which this one works. It's the Model 1 that has the daughter board. Yeah, I had backwards. So if you have a disk problem, it could be that daughter board on the other one. It's not on these. It could be something on the motherboard. So I can take something like this because it has a port now. This is how we'll test them. See, it makes a different noise. It's not as cool as the noise of the other one. I don't know why they changed the noise. So if you played around with these, you know what I mean. Even that noise is different. First, I thought something was wrong with one of them. I'm like, wait a minute. All of the 4-pin and 5-pin make that weird noise. Model 1 does the other kind. It goes, woo. I'll show you. Alright, so this should blow on the end of the cartridge. Always, always, always. It should boot to this if the cartridge slot's working right. You should see SEGA, and we don't. So that means it's not booting to this again yet. So that's a problem. It's got to pass that test too, because that cartridge slot's very important, especially for the Japan, because people want to. There it goes. See, blowing on the cartridge slot works just about every time. This is something that will get you from Japan to US. So that cartridge slot has to work. So we're 3/4 of the way saying this is pretty fully tested working. Alright. I'd have to test the ports a little bit more, play a game or something, but besides that. We're pretty confident this one's fine. And the port works. Sometimes this port board can be the issue. I've sold lots of those over the time. So that one works. Let's put that one over there for now. Yeah, let's put that one over there. Okay. Let's go one more. So this would be the last. One or two more right there. Same deal. And up in my closet, I have, I think, 4 more of the 4 pins that I haven't tested yet. But that's like the least interested one. Model 1 being the best, I think. This being probably the least, the 5-pin one. Same deal. See, same noise. You'll hear the different noise once we go back. The original noise was so much cooler. Make sure I put that in the right way. It seems crunchy when I put that in there. No, it didn't go. Technically, I should be blowing on the cartridge slot itself. I'll blast it out with some air. I don't have an little air thing. Probably would work. No, I'm still not getting it. So, this is in question now. For now. We'll come back to it. So, this has to work. Because you need this to adapt to either add in more memory or the region unlock. So that one's in question. I put things down and I forget what they are. Let's put that one over there for now. I haven't got one of these to work. I haven't found a disk drive that works. So all these had a disk drive in them. And all those disk drives are somewhere. But yet, I never got any to work. And they connect differently depending on the model. This one has a power thing here. Not to worry about disk drives right now. I'm just going to continue. I think I already tested this one, but well. Because I have this port set up like this, so I'm pretty sure this is the one I already did. put it on backwards yet. Thank goodness. See, same terrible noise. I wonder why they changed the noise. We're gonna do some of the other ones in a minute, and then you'll see the difference. It's much cooler than the other ones. Pretty sure this one I did. Yeah. So it goes to SEGA. We know we're in. Let's do this last one down here. So we can put this one and this one. And then we'll go get some of the other ones. Bang those guys out next. That's good, that's good. That one over there is in question. All the other ones are still in question until I test the cartridge slots. This one's a little bit rusty, but I think this one worked too, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think this is that. So that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got at least 11 more of the 5 pins. At least. Push that down before. Just testing this one this way for a second. Pretty sure this one went to there too. Where? Okay. Just so, and then so the next phase of this, not now, but I'll pull all these boards. There's no fans or heat sinks or anything. You don't need it inside of this. I can test them all out. And I can throw a thing on top and just test this drive. Alright, so that's that. So now we're going to be done with this. As fun as it is, we're done with it for now. This thing. Big fan. It's expensive, but well worth it. Technically what you can do is, if you're smart, you get both of these together, use the one you need, and then resell the second one. Somebody might need it. Make some of your money back, right? If you only had a 5-pin, but they gave you a 4-pin thing, sell the 4-pin. Maybe somebody needs it. That's what I would do. You never know. There's always someone out there for something. That's what I say. All right, so we're gonna say that we're gonna clear the board here for a second. I don't need USB-C now. I have to go back to regular power now. Power. So I need that now. This. Alright, so let's see if I can grab some of the other ones. So one that didn't work. Let's move some stuff out of the way. Let's go back. I gotta move some stuff here for a second.
We'll do these one at a time. And now we're back to Model 1. And the port's right on there, so it's a little bit easier. Again, this has a daughter board, which connects to this cable. Now I have to go back to 110 now. I'm going to zap myself here. I need 110 again. And I believe I have 15 of these. Some of them look a little worn, but probably work. So you'll hear the difference in the sound. This is the original sound. Or not. So this one might not have no power. Missing something? I don't think so. Okay, so that's the first one with no power. Let's double check, make sure I did it correctly. That has no power. This is the one we did earlier. Gotta make sure everything's working first. Old tech, you never know. Power supply could blow at any time. Especially when I'm putting it in and out like this. Power. No power. So power issue. So PI. Power issue. I'm going to bang these out. Here we go here. Oh, the sound. Oh, what's... Oh, some of them don't do it. It's a different sound. Wonder why that one's not doing it. Maybe it's my TV. I don't know. It makes different noise. I'm not sure why. Alright. So this is the one that's working. Let's get that over here. I know this one works. Power supply works. That's good. Again, this is just the first test phase. Be a good little hour or so project to get it all out of the way, and then I'll be in much better shape. So as things get ordered, I'll have it ready to go. Just a little bit more testing instead of starting from the beginning at this point. Makes life a lot easier. I do it all myself, so as a one-man shop, a lot of things going on all the time. Another one, no power? Yeah? Right? And my question was, I wasn't sure, and
And it's still an idea if the one that's a different connector. Remember I said clothespin? I need to check that. Let's find that out. So I can make sure. So technically there's two different power supplies. Open pin, closed pin. But what I didn't know, if you could swap them. They have the same one pin on that side with two pins. But I need to see something here. We know that works. That's a closed pin. Closed connection, rather. This is open connection. I'm thinking like a original Xbox 0105, the 1.6 motherboard power supply, and the 1.3 or 1.4 power supply look identical, but one does not power the other. I wonder if this is the same thing. No. Okay, so if you know the original Xbox, you know what I'm talking about. Delta D is for the 1.6 motherboard. Delta B is for the 1.3, 1.4. One will not work the other, but they look exactly the same. These look exactly the same, but I was wondering if one didn't power something different, but I'm not seeing that so far. So we'll go back to that one in a minute. I need to eliminate that. We're going to say this has no power. PI. Power issue. I sold one top and bottom metal plate for one of these, and the buyer returned it on me because it had like a little pieces of metalware. It's crazy. Somewhere I have the video like when it came back. Those are the killer. So that's got a power issue. So I just want to confirm that the closed, open, other than the connection on your top cover, one can power the other. There is not a difference. I don't think I've confirmed that until right now. This should confirm it. But you still couldn't use it because your plug on your top cover would be different. So it's the same. Okay. So there isn't a difference power-wise. That's not the noise. I wonder why I'm getting that weird noise. Alright. We start with a working one. Alright, so we know that it doesn't make a difference. That's cool. I have this one marked as no video. We'll try it again anyway. Some of them I retested, but not many of them. NV right there. They usually all go to the black screen. Or not. So this has no power. I'm gonna have to. It's just a power issue. Power issue. Right? Should get the black screen. Okay. That's a power issue. 3 with power issues. Both of these are usually VA0 or VA0.5. This one looks rough, but we're going to look at it anyway. Yeah, I got all these for parts, so you never know what they look like. Get nervous if another one had no power. Screen. Let's see what this one does. Look at my noise. It's got to be the TV then doing that. Usually goes what? Maybe because the disk drive's not on there. But we haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, so this one. So we went through 3 or 4 of them with no power. This one's salvageable. I'm sure there's just the metal that's worn. Struck out on a lot of the other ones. Switch, a little on-off switch for the disk drive, right there. Yeah, it's on the top cover. This is the LED light here. No power on this one either, huh? Man, I'm really striking out with these. Oh, wow. All this is on the top cover. LED light and all that. Power issue. Yep. The old PI. More than I expected. Not whatever causes that problem, I'm sure it's a common problem with it. It's common here for these. There we go, I got one. Yay. So this will flash. Oh. Rats. I was just gonna say this will flash, but so this is video issue. No video. Bummer. This goes there and then that flashes. This is for the switch. So no video on this one. And V, no video. I got more. Not a lot, but I got more. I think I might have 10 more maybe. And then, as I say, the party's over after that. Luckily, I only have one that works. That's a bummer. Unexpected. No video. I already see it, but we'll try it again. So I tried removing daughter boards to see if that would cause the problem in the no video, but it didn't seem to be. But I will go back. And all these boards, sometimes a defective daughter board can cause weird issues with the actual motherboard and the disk drive too. I know that the Sega Dreamcast, the front ports cause all kinds of weird problems, even power problems. And it's not a power supply; it's the port. So you got to pull all the other things off to see. But I didn't see the daughter board causing the motherboard problem. But it could be. Just gonna keep doing these one at a time, and this will be done. Yay. If I see another one that says no video, but we'll try it anyway. Just in case I miss something. This actually has no power. So I'm not writing these right. I must have. This is a power issue. Some buyers that buy defective things want specific issues, right? Some's easier to fix than others. I would assume a power issue might be easier to fix than no video, but I don't know. It's above my pay grade. Don't know that one. So that's a power issue. Everyone I tested doesn't work. That's a bummer. But we'll still sell the parts. Somebody can fix them. Finally got one that works. Gee, crickets. I'm still waiting for my noise to happen. It's not it. Alright, so that one kind of works. I had 10 of these listed. No, I think I put 8. Because I had so many of them I found. But now I gotta change my listing because I don't think I have 8. So far I only have like 2, 3. But we'll go through some. I'm going to say that one's alright. For now. Somebody's looking pretty rough. They've been sitting in that closet for many years. That looks old. That's another. Now we're getting down there. I think I have 5 left after this. Wow, I really struck out on these. Unexpected. These are the more popular ones too. Now I know why. Because they don't work. None of them work. Oh, what a bummer. One, two, three. Just listed 8 of them, but I have to change that. Why is none of them making that noise? It's weird. Put that in the... So just like the other ones, I'm going to, each one of these, I'll tear them down, take the daughter board, then I can retest the daughter board on a working one. I have sold some daughter boards. You know, usually once it goes off, that's it. Oh, these are no problem. Bummer. Well, at least I know now. That's 11 of them. 6 no power, 5 no video. Wow. I thought I had a whole stock left, but I do not. Game changer. Just a lot more of them for parts. That's all. Maybe I'll do 1 and 1. I'll sell it. I'll sell a set of 2. One has no power, one has no video. And then maybe if you know what you're doing, you can make one good one out of it. Right? 2 different issues. See if that goes off, then I'm done. Right there, see the change? Never gets to that screen. Okay. Alright. So I got another one. I really like to learn why it doesn't work, but a couple more left. Ooh, weird video. That ain't good. So that's weird video. Bummer. So this might be a door. This, see that weird thing? That could be a daughter board issue. Something like that. Like, it's completely different than anything else we've come across. So I would pull that daughter board first, later. Just to see if maybe that's the problem. Could be. Not saying it's going to be. Alright, so let's get out of that. We're going to hold on to that one. Put that one in a minute. This one here. Put that one over there. First time I've seen that. I've never seen that before. My last three. I did good with the 5 pins. Did really bad with these. Let's get something metal out of there. That's never good. I wouldn't even be able to cover my 8. Completely got to change that. Another one. No video. Maybe I get lucky the daughter board's causing some of these, but I doubt it. I don't believe it does. Rats. Okay. So technically I only have like 3 or 4 left. That's it. This is my second to my last one. Pins. There it goes. Negative. Oh, there we go. Of course, I'll go back to all the no videos again. Wait a little bit longer, but it's got to be my TV that does that. Makes a completely different sound. Okay. So we'll put this one over here. So alright, so that'll be it. This is it. Negative. Wow. That's a bummer. No video. Let's look at this other one for a minute. So power issue is nothing I could do. The only thing I do with no video ones is take the daughter boards off and see if it changes any of them. That's what I would do next, probably. For what I can do. Anybody else that knows what they're doing can probably figure it out. I'm sure it's a RAM or a CPU or something issue. It's another issue. I think we had 7 of these now. Alright, let's look at this one for a minute. Yeah, so 7 with, this would be 8 with a video, well, no video or a video issue. And then 6, no power. And then it'll lose me these few. I thought it was completely the opposite on these, but I was wrong. So these have motherboard issues more often than the other ones, right? So let's just take a, just for we'll do this one for a second, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. That screw never comes off. This screw is always jammed away on here. There it is. This screw never comes off. Just want to check it. This is the one that had the weird video. Luckily, over the years, I sold lots of parts off of these on the top cover. Huge, I did so many things on the top covers. So easily paid for what I got these for way back then. And the rest will just be sold for parts. Motherboards, that is. Except for a couple more. And then these parts here. I'll sell some of these parts down the road. These here. Going to try this one. I will pull all the rest of them at some point. Start with the new videos. So they can still sell the daughter boards if I retest them on a working one. There's no screw over here. There's like a piece of plastic. So this. So the only thing I can check is this, the daughter board here. Never seen that kind of not the weird video that we just saw. Maybe I get lucky, but probably not. And this is VO 0.5. I'm confident it's just 0.5 and 0 of these. But it'd be interesting to see when I stop pulling the ones that don't work. Like all the no power. If they're all the same between the two. No video. So this is what I mean. This could cause a problem. Probably not, but never know. I have sold lots of daughter boards, so they gotta be selling for some reason. But I would assume it would be more of a disk drive. This. Again, it's an attachment that can cause problems. I'm sure it's not gonna make a difference, but and that's really the only thing that attaches to this. So let's go back to this one. And of course I can take that daughter board, which I will, and put it in one of those working ones. And I'm sure it's fine. Let's take a little. Nope. So this has a video issue. Just weird. That was my only idea. Oh, just something now. So this is basically a weird video. Put WV for weird video. Weird video. I make little abbreviations and I forget what they are. Happens all the time. So that's a weird video. I found my last four pins. See if we get lucky on those. We got no luck on these damn things. Alright, so we'll double back to, I have 5 4-pins, and then that'll be, that's the extent of what I have left. I really struck out on those other ones. I'm going to go back to this now. No, my USB-C back. Where is it? So we're going to take this off. Right? Go to my 4-pin. And I'll be all done. A couple hours, it looks like. A couple hour project on a Sunday morning. Pretty awesome. Alright, so now we're going to go to 4-pin. So now we're back in business here. It goes this way. Alright, we'll do these last 4. We did good with those. The 5-pins I did alright with. And I just tech. Power on, power off. Goes on this way, 4-pin. I don't think I'm playing around with the 4-pin too much. I don't have that many 4-pins. Weird video. Ah, rats. Yep, kind of weird. Yeah, it's getting even weirder. That's the noise it's supposed to sound like. This. And then watch, listen, it goes, that's what it's supposed to do. I wonder why the other ones don't do that. I haven't quite figured that out. That's normal. Well, not this one though. So this one. This is weird video. You could use this for like a test. Weird video. WV. That's the noise it's supposed to get. Very strange. That's a weird video. 4-pin. But then my other 4-pin was doing the other. Alright, let's try the other. We got 4 more left. And the last ones here are 4 pins. I'll still need this for a while because I'll be doing a lot more retesting, so just enough to get it on. Green light. See, that's normal. It goes a woo. Alright, so I want to say that I think this one might be alright. That's a good 4-pin there. This one I marked as a port issue. That's the other thing. I never really, it's hard to test ports and everything. This one I put an X over here. 4-pin. And it's not attached, it's attached to the motherboard, so therefore, how much I can do. This, I had this there. Yeah, the port don't work. See it? Sometimes you have to have port 1. I don't know about SEGA Saturn, so but this definitely doesn't work, that port. That's video and power. All these ones, the 4-pin, 5-pin, I didn't have any problem with power or video, really. Just one. The older ones were all the problems. Second to last one, and then we're done for the day. the sound right. That's so weird. Ooh. Oh no, it just wasn't there. I wonder why it's not working. Something with this port. I know the eject button. I mean, because it's all rusted right there, so something must have happened to the port. There it goes, but it's not doing port 1. So I have a port 1 problem here too. 2 with port 1 issues. Could be a common thing. Let's do my last one. We'll call it a night, a day. At least I have a huge understanding what I got going on now. So I got 2 with port issues for the 4-pin. On that one. I spent some time yesterday getting these all organized. This gotta be at least, we went through what, about 35 of them? I think. Somewhere around there. That's it. That's all I got. This is my last one. Party's over. That's what we say. This one has a board. Connects to a different board and then connects to a different lens assembly. I had one. See this? Look, see this? See how that's weird? That goes to a board. Somewhere I have a lens assembly that has that extra board connected to it. I don't know what this was all about, but it looked like it was factory. So I don't know if there was a different lens assembly that required a different cable. If I'm right, I can't remember. I'll keep this one until I figure out where that piece is. I remember this one. What am I gonna do? Yeah, that's different. I knew there was at least one of these. I think this is just the one I found. Yeah, I'll have to figure out. So I see the last one for this. I don't know where the thing is because I have a 4-pin over here. This is the other 4-pin. See how big this cable is? See how big this cable is here? The board, this cable's different. But for some reason it needed an adapter to go from here. So that makes this motherboard different. So whatever this board is, I think I pulled one of these boards, it was V813. This may be like the last model of the board, maybe, because it's so different than all the other 4 pins have this disk drive, but there's one disk drive, or lens assembly I should say, that has this connection. I wonder where it went to. That makes this one special in some way. At least this one works. Let's see if we can fire one up for a minute. These drives I've never tested. That's another thing I have to get to. Because of course the 4-pin only has a specific drive. I need to keep on there right now. try and we'll just finish up with a little quick. So there's POT adjustments around here, but I haven't been able to get the POT to make the disc work. Usually it's no spin. See, no spin. And everything is revolved around that laser board. That's annoying noise, so let's turn that down. Usually that's the issue with these drives, they don't spin. This is not that one, no. There's 4 different, actually 5 different drives because of that one I showed you with this extra thing. Those are 5-pin. Let's leave it at that. So that's where we're at. So all my tested, the old ones crapped out.